That's why they call them speed bumps, of course. There's a lot of gravity going on. You also get this cat hammock. It's pretty great, to be honest. It's called meat, but I'm a professional car journalist. I hit the brakes and I'm like, oh, that's not enough. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today you join me on a lovely autumn day with the new Skoda Elroq RS. This is an RS model, and I feel like we have to try everything that has anything to do with RS or S or GT or GT3 or whatever. If it says RS, it should be at least a little bit fun. So today I'm going to show you around it. I'm going to show you the spec, the things you get on an RS, and then we'll take it for a drive on this lovely little B road here. So the Skoda Elroq is actually, well, was for a few months this year the best selling car in the Netherlands, and it kind of caught my attention because of that. Why is that? Why are so many people buying it? And should they buy an RS instead? Because I haven't seen that many RSs yet. So what do you get on an RS? Well, this color is specific to the RS. You also get some gloss black accents around the car, like this side blade thing with the RS logo, the mirrors and the roof rails and the window surrounds. You also get a different front bumper design. It is actually mostly this little part here on both sides. The two V-shaped things in the bumper and this little black fin right here. The whole lighting situation at the top, you get that as standard on the RS, but you can also get that on the regular one as an option. But I do think that this lighting thing looks pretty damn good. This like eyelash thing is what Skoda calls it, I believe. It really gives the car a good looking front end, if you ask me. This car also has the optional 21-inch wheels with Hankook Ventus S1 Evo 3 EV tires. Really good tires, super silent. They also hide the brakes, which at the front is not really a big deal, but at the rear they hide one of the problems of this car, which is the fact that it's got drum brakes. You really can't see much. Yeah, you can see it over there. I don't know if you guys can get that angle, but I see a big drum in there. So brakes, not great. We've got the adaptive suspension as well, the dynamic dampers on the RS as standard, which is one of my favorite things about this car. Really good damping. Body control is superb, nice Skoda pun there, is superb in sport and normal mode, but when you want to waft along a little bit more or take some speed bumps at speed, that's why they call them speed bumps, of course. The comfort -3 setting is really good. Now, I knew that this was going to be good because I love this suspension setup in the Golf GTI Mark 8.5, the Cupra Born VZ. All these cars that have this suspension setup, they drive really well. So, why do people buy an Elroq? Well, they want to sit a little bit high up, and also they want some practicality. So what we've got over here is pretty damn decent rear leg room. This is, I would say, almost behind myself. I can actually sit behind myself. As you can see, I tested it earlier because I'm a professional car journalist, so I do my homework. 1 meter 97 centimeters, and that is quite impressive. You also get these nice shades, window blinds, a little bit of carbon trim as well. This satin gloss carbon look, I should say, trim. Nice door handle as well. And then you have some of this harder plastic. Other than that, the materials are really good. So I'm guessing that they put it on spots where you might wear the plastic a little bit more, like where you might hit it or something. At the rear, we've got nice rear lights as well. And it's kind of a boxy look. So you have a lot of these like right angles, like flat surfaces, which I quite like. And then of course, Skoda being Skoda, you also get some clever stuff like this net to store your charging cable, which is very convenient. You also get this cat hammock, I'm guessing, so your cat can hang out in here when you drive to the south of France. You also get this waterproof lining for the trunk, tow hitch which folds away, little cubbies here, little storage areas. It's all very well thought out. Hook here. So just look at how much practicality they managed to stuff in this little trunk. So speaking of the trunk, it's 115 liters less than the Skoda Elroq, which is exactly the same car, apart from the fact that you've got 16 centimeters more at the rear. The other dimensions are the same, but you still have a very decent boot for a car of this size, I would say. But in here, this is where it really starts earning its keep, because I feel like this interior, the car is really punching above its weight. If you look at the review that we released recently, Martijn did a video with the iX M70, which is, well, a lot more expensive, and some of the things you touch, the wheels on the steering wheel, the buttons, the doors, these things matter, and I feel like BMW has been dropping the ball on that recently. And if you look at this nice looking steering wheel with these toggle switches, these wheels, they just feel and look so much better with that indentation, or the way they stick out. It just looks really good. It feels great, and this goes for the whole interior. I feel like quality is very good. You get this suedia, which is like a microfiber with a green stitching for the RS models, and you get Canton audio, which is great. Really good seats, very supportive and comfortable. I mean, it's got everything you need, and I've been driving it for, I don't know, like a week, and I really like it. I honestly, I didn't know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, or as I do, because I feel like it's a really, really nice daily, and I do get why people buy it, because it's a nice size. It drives well. I think it looks good, especially in this, well, particularly in this RS spec. In the regular spec, it's a bit dull. Now, you can get that regular one to look almost like the RS with the different lights and 21-inch wheels, but you cannot have those V-shaped things in the bumper and those little flicks I showed you earlier. That's the biggest difference. But let's start in regular, just normal mode. This is just nice. It's a nice drivetrain. So you've got the MEB platform underneath. So it's basically VW ID5 GTX, Elroq RS, Skoda is the same. 340 horsepower and four-wheel drive. So you get an 84 kilowatt-hour battery, and you get two electric motors, one front, one rear. If we go to individual, I've got that set up. Let's have a look, to be the most comfortable damping, and then everything else in normal or sport. So this is like the one I've been driving around in, because you can absolutely fly when you hit a speed bump, and I love that. This is like super soft. It's almost air suspension level soft and absorbent. If you go 15 settings to the right, or 14 settings to the right, because you've got 15 in total, you just immediately feel all the undulations in the road, and the holes, and the bumps, and the road markings. It's such a big difference. It's amazing. I love it. And everything quality wise also feels very, very good. Big bump. It's quiet, it's solid. You don't feel or hear anything when you go over bumps. Yeah, it's pretty great, to be honest. It's pretty great. So you've got eco, comfort, normal, sport, traction, and individual. It's not super sporty. If you want a sporty EV from the VW group, you should have the Born VZ, which is a little bit smaller, and everything feels a bit more tight. This feels a bit bigger. It is a bit bigger, but still It goes around corners really well. I mean, all these electric cars do, because they have such a low center of gravity, and well, there's a lot of gravity going on because it weighs almost 2200 kilos, which, to be fair, you don't really feel. And so in sport mode it's still comfortable enough, but it just goes, the damping just goes in once and then returns immediately, which also feels very good. Just those brakes are absolutely horrible. Now, I've noticed this with these VW EVs, the Born VZ Performance or whatever it's called. We also had that car for a few months, and the brakes were the only thing I really couldn't get used to and really didn't like. The pedal is super mushy. A couple of times I've had, like, coming up at something, an intersection or whatever, or on the highway, and I hit the brakes and I'm like, oh, that's not enough, and I need to push on. And then when you do push on, you know, it's got meat, but it just, you need to push harder than you want, and it's not a very nice feeling. So the whole RS thing, it's mainly a trim level, you know. The one below this already has 286 horsepower. This goes to 340. That one is rear wheel drive. This one is four wheel drive. It sends most of the power to the rear wheels, only uses the fronts when you need it. But the whole RS thing, I mean, even in sport, you can see it rolling around. It's not super sporty or anything. That's not why you should buy this car. It's more a trim level. You get a lot of optional extras as standard. You get the color if you want it, the green, and you just get a bit more of a sporty look, and you get that 340 horsepower, of course. So you do have shortcuts here for the lane keep assist and the speed limit warning, which is great. You can just turn that off every time you get in the car. But look at this lovely road with these trees here. I was wondering, because it sends so much power to the rear, normally like 80%, that if you want, would you be able to Skoda rally it? No, I don't think so. I don't think you can turn it off. Anyway, we've got a couple of nice corners right here. So no, it just understeers. So yeah, you don't buy it because you want a very sporty car. As I said, buy the Born VZ if you want a sporty EV from the VW group. It's more like a cool trim level with a bit of extra power and four-wheel drive. So if you want four-wheel drive, you get this one. I just found ESC. Of course I did. Spent I don't know how long looking for it. So you go to the car menu. You start here. All right. No, that's not the one you need. You need to go to brakes, and then you need to go there, ESC Sport. Let's see what it will do if we give it some beans. No. That's a pretty decisive nope. Nope. Now, since this is an RS, let's find out how fast it is from 0 to 100. It is supposed to do 5.4 seconds. We've got 87% battery. I'm guessing we don't have any launch control. Ooh, no, it doesn't really like that. Okay. 5.4 is what Skoda claims. There we go. 5.4. That is on the money. So as I said, we've got 86%, 430 kilometers of range. So with a full battery, you should be able to do 540 something kilometers WLTP, which real world is probably between, I don't know, 425 and 450, 450, something like that, which is pretty good. 10 to 80%, 26 minutes. Fast charging. The RS also gets fast charging over the regular ones. They don't charge as fast as this one. Top speed is limited at 180 kilometers an hour, hence the road. We're not doing autobahn with a top speed of 180. So yeah, that's basically it. Again, I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. Is it a fun car? Not really. It's just, I think it's a really good daily. and I like the way it looks. I like the interior. I like the way it drives. It's quiet, it's relaxing, and if you want, just hit the throttle. It's quick enough. I don't really care about those super quick electric cars. Yes, it's fun to do twice, but I don't really need it in my life. This is more than fast enough, and I feel like you get a lot of, you know, goodies and a lot of tech and a lot of quality, and everything feels nice. This super soft like bathrobe on your dash is nice, and the leather steering wheel is nice. The wheels are nice. The buttons are nice. Everything you touch is pretty damn good. So yeah, quite like it. I'm quite impressed with it, and I wasn't expecting that. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. Check out this video, this playlist, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye.